Welcome. This tutorial will cover calculating numeric measures for one quantitative variable using procmeans. In order to follow along, you will need the SAS dataset pulse_step1 after labeling the variables. I have opened SAS and opened the SAS program topic5a.sas. We will start with printing the dataset, followed by looking at the variable list from proc contents. Notice that the raw data are numbers for our categorical variables. We cover how to translate these codes in our output in other tutorials. However, that won't matter for this tutorial, as we will be focusing on our quantitative variables height, weight, age, pulse1, and pulse2. We begin with the default output for procmeans. We choose our data and use a var statement to select only one variable to analyze. If you do not specify a variable in the var statement, or possibly if you don't even put a var statement, SAS will analyze all of the variables in the dataset which it thinks are numbers. This is usually not a good approach. It is better to request the variables of interest. Let's select and submit this code. By default, we only get 5 values: the sample size n, the mean, standard deviation, minimum, and maximum. Notice also that we tend to get a ridiculous number of decimal places. We can request additional values by adding keywords to the procmeans statement. Here we add n, mean, std, min, q1, median, q3, max to the first line of procmeans after the dataset name but before the semicolon. We also request rounding with max desc equals 3. We will also add all of our variables to the list. Notice that the variable name weight changes colors. This is because weight is sometimes an option to variables in SAS, and it's unfortunate in this case. This doesn't cause SAS any problems, but sometimes these kinds of oddities cause students or old students of SAS to be concerned. Let's submit this code. Notice that it pulls all of the variables in one table. This actually doesn't copy very well, especially with the labels in the second column. You may find you prefer the final results if you still request results for each variable individually. Unfortunately, that would require running 5 separate instances of procmeans. That's all for this video on calculating numerical measures for one quantitative variable using procmeans. This is very useful. With one tool, we have found all the numeric measures we need. Thanks for watching.